And we are live. Thank you for joining me tonight. My name is Lisa Robinson. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the three types of buyers that work with wholesalers. There's more than three, but tonight we're going to talk about the three types of buyers that normally work with wholesalers. Okay. All right. So let's get the party started. If you remember what I always tell you guys, if you have questions, please put your questions in the comments so that everybody can get the answer. Because I'm pretty sure if you have a question, somebody else might have the same question. All right. So if this is your first time, don't let it be your last. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back. I really appreciate the support. We are talking about tonight. We're going to finish up wholesaling real estate. We're not going to finish it up. We're going to be talking about wholesaling real estate all week. Today, we're going to be talking about buyers. The three typical types of buyers that you normally would find when you wholesale real estate, that you would normally work with wholesaling real estate. We're going to be talking about the we're going to be talking about where you can find them. This whole series is like a three-part series, and we're talking about where you can find them, what you say to them, the whole nine. So you might want to grab a pen, grab your papers, and let's get started because we need to get started. Um, I'm missing a link right now. Okay, let's see. Is it there? Is it there? Is it sacred? That's what I normally say. Here we go. So we're gonna get this party started. I know I'm a little bit late before y'all even come on here and say all this stuff. Just know. I already know I'm a little bit late. But we still gonna get the information that you need. We're gonna still get the information that you're craving so that we can get in here. I want to make sure I get as many people in as I can because I get a lot of people after it's over saying they didn't see it. So I'm trying to get everybody in here because that's what happens. Okay. Again, my name is Lisa Robinson. I am your favorite real estate diva out here slutting it up in these real estate streets in the 2024. I told you at the end of 2023 and the beginning of 2024 that I was going to get you guys right in a position to make money. And that's what we're doing, especially in real estate, especially wholesaling real estate. Because let me just background. We're gonna do a little bit of story time tonight because and then we're gonna dig right into these buyers. Those of you who have followed me for more than 3 years, if you follow me since I started live streaming in 2018, I started live streaming. If you've been following me since 2018, you also know that I went through a divorce and we had to get rid of a whole portfolio, do all this stuff. I've gone through a whole bunch of crap through that time from 2020 to now, which is the past 4 years. And I am rebuilding. So, in the process of rebuilding, I said, you know what? I'm not just going to rebuild, I'm also going to rebuild with you, which is why you guys see me going live more often now than I did before. Because I'm live streaming and I'm telling you exactly what it is that I'm doing to try and build up my accounts, stack up my money, stack up, back up, rebuild my real estate portfolio, and also wholesaling my way out of debt. Because if you've been following me, you remember I told you I had $350,000 worth of debt. That debt is now down to 140. Yeah, I'll let you girl. So we've been trying to get, and that debt includes it included a mortgage. That mortgage is now paid off. It included some investors that have to be paid back. That all that debt is in there, and some of those investors have been paid back. A lot of them actually. Like I said, I'm down to 140, and that 140 includes another mortgage because my $350,000 in debt actually included two mortgages. and the investors that I had to pay off and some other things. But we are in the process of getting all that stuff taken care of and getting um so for those of you who wanted an update, you're gonna get a full story probably I want to say around December or might be my New Year's Day because y'all know I usually go live. I usually live stream on New Year's Day and we talk about all the stuff that we're gonna do and our goals. And we did a live vision board party where everybody was showing their vision boards and doing all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna tap into that as well. So when I tell you that there's a story to be told, there's a story to be told, and it's not just a story; it's a testimony, as in how. And I had this conversation with my friend today, my one of my besties today, and we talked about how God has worked His way. I don't know how you feel about y'all, but He loved me. And I say that all the time. And I think I'm saying it to be funny. I'm not saying it to be funny. I'm saying it because I don't have a reason to say, I don't have a reason to complain because God has definitely covered me through this crap that I've been going through for the past 4 years, and it's almost done. And for me not to be stressed out, pulling my hair, stressing out, not eating, and having migraine headaches right now, thank you. So everybody should have their pens and papers. And if you don't, too bad, because I'm about to get started. Because y'all know I normally go on around 7. It's 8:20. So we're gonna do what we do. Okay, again, my name is Elisa Robinson. I am your favorite real estate diva out here in these real estate streets. Why should you listen to me? Because I've been wholesaling for about 8 years, off and on. Wholesaling is a skill in real estate that you can pick up and put down whenever you need to. And I didn't need to wholesale for the whole straight 8 years. Now I need to wholesale again because I'm going to rebuild my portfolio and my stack up some cash because I got some major plans coming up for the next year. And if you also follow me, you know June 5th is the start of my year. So I am right now, what's this, October 7th? I am right now 4 months and 2 days into my new year. And I still got a lot of work to do to get to all the goals that I need to attempt and attract. Today I did some things that I hate to do. I hate to cold call, and I guarantee you I spent the last 2 hours, which is why I told you guys today I wasn't going until 8. From 6 to 8, I spent that time cold calling for leads because I can't teach you how to do it if I don't do it. Get what I'm saying? Because that's what we do. So now, for those of you who are here to wholesale and learn about wholesaling. Today we're going to be talking about, hey Donnell, how you doing? We're going to be talking about buyers. There are the three main types of buyers that you will encounter when you're wholesaling. And we're going to be talking about the, hi Miss Gladys, how are you? We're going to be talking about we're talking about landlords. We're going to talk about flippers, and we're going to be talking about homeowners. And homeowners, I want you guys to understand, you can buy an off-market property. There's a particular way you have to buy it based on what type of loan you're going to purchase with. But you can buy a home from a wholesaler off market if you find one. I mean, as a matter of fact, I have one available. I have a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home in Cheektowaga, New York. That is from what they tell me because I haven't seen it myself yet, which is why you don't have any pictures yet. It is it is move-in ready, and they're asking 180,000 dollars for it. Okay, all right. Now, in the meantime, in between time, we're talking. So homeowners, you can actually purchase a home off market. Now, let me give you the benefits of this as we're going through everything. Okay. You have, when you purchase a home off market, you have more leeway. You have more creative finance strategies that you can do with it. You have more advantages because there are less people looking at that home. And what else can I say? You're more apt to find what you're looking for doing it that way. So remember what I always tell you guys, make sure you share, like, invite, and if you're on YouTube, subscribe. So when We are talking about the three types of buyers that you typically would find when you're wholesaling real estate. Let's start with the least likely, homeowners. Homeowners, you will find you wholesalers, you will find homeowners who will approach you to help them find a property because they are having a hard time off market. I mean, on the market. And the reason why they're having a hard time on the market is because the inventory is really low. And I want y'all to understand that inventory is extremely low. And a lot of real estate agents, no knock to real estate agents because I am a broker, I am a licensed broker, but you guys don't know how to generate your own income. You don't know how to generate your own leads. You don't, for some of you, lead generation is like trying to figure out the Da Vinci Code. You guys don't understand how to get it done. And I, the reason why I can say that I am more apt to find leads for myself is because I spend some time in collections. And in collections, you start with a clean slate. You start with a file of about 5,000 accounts, and your job is to dig through that file and find your money. No different than what we do in real estate. I can pull a list from one of the many resources that I have. I can pull a list and say, hey, and send it over to my skip tracer. Now my job is to dig through that list and figure out who, where, who, what, where, when, why, and how to get the leads that I need for wholesaling real estate for listing properties. Depends on what I'm doing. I have a source that I pull from to get listed properties. I have a source that I pull from to get foreclosures. I have a source that I pull from to just generally wholesale. So you have to know exactly which way to go when you're doing this. Okay. So when I say you need to learn how to lead generate, you need to know how to lead generate. There are a ton, and when I say a ton of different ways, or as my grandma used to say, there's 11 ways to get this done. You just got to figure out which one is going to work for you. There's no one way to do it. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You got to figure out what's working for you. Okay. Now, another thing. So let's talk about homeowners. Why would a homeowner work with a wholesaler? Because if you tell a wholesaler what you're looking for, they're going to go out and find it. And because you have a pre approval or you have the cash on hand, they're going to bring it back to you first because you already told them you wanted it. You already told them what you wanted, where you wanted it, and how much you were willing to pay for it. So if they go out and find that, a wholesaler's job is to be the solution to your problem. Your problem is you can't find that on market through your real estate agent. So you contacted this wholesaler, and the wholesaler said, oh, I got you. Wait a minute, hold up. I got something like that in my inventory right now. You want to take a look at it. They're going to pull it and show you and tell you and take it so you can go look at it. So you have to, that's why a lot of people work with wholesalers. But wholesalers, be careful. There is a loan type. Anything that's FHA or government backed, it has to be owned for 90 days, 91 days actually. Okay? So, when you're working with another type of buyer, which is a flipper, and a good wholesaler has a lot of flippers that they work with. Okay? And now, y'all think I'm joking when I tell y'all this. A good wholesaler knows a lot of flippers. And what's going to happen? Once that property is flipped, they're going to need buyers. That's why they keep a stack of home buyers in the way in the wings. That's why they keep contact with at least two or three or four or five or as many ever as they want real estate agents because real estate agents always got buyers that are looking. So if I go, I make deals with my flippers. Hey, if I give it to you, if I sell it to you, if I wholesale it to you, and I'm taking this amount, you list it with me later. So I get the listing agreement and the wholesale agreement right off the bat. That's why I do it. And I might give them a discount on the commission because I made money on the back end. So, and it sometimes I've listed a home for zero commission before because I made so much on the wholesale deal. I've done it. I sure have, and I'll do it again. So just depends what y'all want to do. What you want to do. So you have to be in there. Now, if it's a government backed loan, the flipper has to own this property for at least 91 days. Not 90, 91. Okay? You want to make sure that 91st day is in there. Now, this happened to me not too long ago. I sold a house to a nice couple. I got to check on them, as a matter of fact. I sold a house back in June to a nice couple. It was a flipped house. We had to go back and see when did the owner take ownership of it, because it took him literally 94 days to get that house flipped and on the market. Well, it took him less than the 90 days, but because by the time we got ready to close and go under contract and everything else, we had to date everything for a certain day so that and hold off closing and everything else so that because my clients were doing an FHA. And FHA and some conventional loans as well, they require you to have 91 days of previous ownership before you can sell it, before, you can flip it to someone else, sell it to someone else. So that's what they require. So be careful with that. A lot of y'all didn't, and I guarantee a lot of y'all didn't know that. But you have to be careful with these flipped houses. They have to be You have the owner has to hold on to them for a certain amount of days. This is the very reason why you will see people like me, and this is my system, and I really don't care. Okay, this is my system. I will buy houses in the winter time and fix up the inside, and then I will float them out for sale. Hey TJ, how you doing? I will float them out for sale on in the spring. So like right about now, if I was built this time, remember, I'm in the stacking cash phase or trying to stack cash phase, however you want to put that. And I got $140,000 debt that I'm paying off. So I got $140,000 that got to be paid off, and I'm stacking cash so I can buy properties. So by January, I plan to be in that position where I can start buying the properties again. Okay. So I plan to buy 20 doors. Now, if you got a single family, that's one door, a duplex, that's two doors, so on and so forth. So 20 doors between January and March. Anything that's a single, this is my plan. Anything that's single, a single family, I'm going to rent out to a Section 8 person. I'm going to rent the majority of them out to Section 8, honestly. I'm going to rent the majority of them out to Section 8. And or I'm going to do some seller financing, some buy and holds, you know what I mean? Whatever it is. And I'm going to send those out. Because I bought them in January, I'm not going to put them on the market until May 1st. Because January has 31 days, February is 28, March is 31, April is 30. So I have to make sure I hit that 91-day ownership rule. So that's why we do it that way. So you'll see a lot of investors they start buying now. They'll buy now. They'll buy a ton of properties from September to January. From January to March, they'll start fixing them up. And guess what happens in March? They start putting them on the market. So that's why. So if you're a wholesaler and you're wondering why your that's why your clients are doing it, because they want to make sure whoever purchases the property, if they have a loan, that they have 90 days, 91 days of ownership. Y'all know. Y'all learn something new every day around here messing with me. That's Chucky. So that's that. Now you have homeowners. Now, why will homeowners want to buy off market versus because like I said, the inventory on the market is low. Inventory on the market is low. Right. And guess what happens when the inventory on the market is low? The demand is high. So the supply and demand, basic economics, supply. The supply is low, but the demand is high. So is the price. The price is going to go up sky high. You can believe it. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all could do whatever y'all want, but that's going to happen. Then they're going to take another reason they want to work with you, like I said, because the inventory is low. Wholesalers have inventory because wholesalers know a lot of investors and they work with a lot of investors, and those investors have inventory. I had a client last year who had 200 properties at one time. He's down to now 70. And guess what? He sold the majority of them off market. Now, them 70, he got them all listed right now. They piece of crap. They're not going nowhere. That's why I passed. I was like, you know what? I can try and help you as much as I can, but I pass on this. He's a slumlord. I'm not even gonna lie. He's a slumlord and he wanted top dollar for his slum houses. Didn't work. That's why he's still owning them. I keeps it real with y'all. Straight with no chaser, because I that's the only way I can be. So now when you're dealing with a homeowner, wholesalers, the thing is, the first thing you need to realize, you need to ask them is how are they paying, and you need to get proof of the payment. Some of them are paying in cash. Where are these people getting this cash from? Insurance policies. Now, don't ask me about the insurance policies. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm not an insurance agent. I can direct you to somebody who can help you with these type of make sure you get the right type of insurance policy so that you can borrow against it. You become your own bank. It's called infinite banking. You become your own bank that way. You're not paying all that interest and dealing with you don't have to talk about everything else. But yeah, that's where it is. So another thing that I wanted to tell you guys too, with homeowners, you have to be careful with the loan type and how you fill out your contract. And you also have to make sure you're working with the real estate agent cohesively because the majority of the homeowners have a real estate agent who are looking to move into the home. You also have more flexibility with how to find them properties. At this point, you could wholesale them subject twos, you could wholesale them seller financing, you could wholesale fixer uppers because homeowners, please listen to me. If you are thinking about purchasing a home between now and the end of 2025, I want you guys to understand this. You can get the home of your dreams. Y'all be watching all these fix and flip shows on HGTV, and I guarantee you, none of y'all sit back and say, "Wow, I should flip a house," or "I should buy a fixer upper and turn it into what I want." They have mortgage loans that you can qualify for. They have FHA 203K loans that you can actually get and do this with. So you definitely want to look into that if you're looking to purchase a home and you can't find what you're looking for in the market, but you might find something that needs a little work that comes really close. Get you a good FHA certified contractor and get that work done. You can get your own house. You can get a whole house. Yep. Now, the second type of work buyer that you're going to work with as a wholesaler is a landlord. Yes, landlords do buy off market. A lot of them buy off market. I have a guy in my inbox right now. He inboxes me every single day. Kid you not, I can show you. He inboxes me every day, asks me the same question. Do you have anything available with tenants already in it? Because a lot of you wholesalers don't like to touch it because the tenants are in there. I have a buyer's list that tells me they want the tenants in there because they want something that's going to cash flow right away. They sure do. Believe it. They definitely do. They want something that's going to cash flow right away. So, yes, they will ask me for cash flowing properties. I keep telling you guys, you just don't have to wholesale distressed or run down or raggedy properties or zombie houses. I like a good zombie house. And if you don't understand what a zombie house is, those are the ones that have been in your neighborhood. They've been boarded up for years and years and years, and nobody can really find the owners and all sorts of stuff. There's a way you can get those from the city. We're not going to talk about that tonight because that's something else we can talk about at another time. But there's a way for you to get those deals from those properties from the city if you can't locate the owners and this, that, and the other. The city know where the money coming from because they're paying the taxes. So somebody's paying the taxes, so the city knows where the money's going. The city knows how to get in contact with them. You just have to figure it out. Then there's the landlords, they don't want distressed houses. What they're going to be looking for is equity. They're going to be looking for cash flow. they're going to be looking for return on the investment. They also will pay right up. They might, some might pay market value and some might pay right below market value. They're willing to pay a little bit more to not have to do any work and to get something that's already with tenants in it. So that's what y'all need to be looking at. Yeah, I don't know why y'all don't understand it. I I honestly have not wholesaled a vacant house. Hmm, I can't tell you when the last time I wholesaled a vacant house. A house that was vacant? Oh wait, yes I can. Syracuse. My last house was in Syracuse, and it's vacant, and it was vacant. But before that, it was probably last year sometime. I don't mind taking on the challenge of a house that has tenants in it because I know I can find a buyer for it. Okay. Again. So now, wholesalers, when you're working with buyers, when you're working with your landlord buyers, you have to understand that they are keeping this property. They're going to do what we call buy and hold. That means they're going to buy the property, maybe in cash, maybe with a traditional loan, maybe with a conventional loan, maybe with an FHA, maybe with a DSCR, maybe with a hard money loan, maybe through a private lender. They're going to purchase the property, and then what they're going to do once they purchase the property, they're going to keep it. Now, the reason why they're going to keep it, and a lot of landlords go through different types of math when they do that. Okay. Some want 1%. They want the rent collected every month to be at least 1% of the purchase price. So that means if your purchase price is 150,000, 1% of that is 1,500. Some of them want return on investment, meaning if I put $100,000 into this, how long is it going to take me to get my $100,000 back? So if I spent $100,000 and I have rent, y'all know I'm bad at math, so we got my best friend. Okay, so if this person's paying, they're paying 1,500 a month times 12. That's $18,000, right? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? $18,000. So they're paying $18,000. How many times is that going into $100,000? 100 divided by 18,000. That's 5.5. Y'all see all these fives? Y'all see all these fives? Okay. So all these fives. So that's 5.5. So you might as well say 6 years. We'll just round it up to 6 years to make math easy. Okay. So for 6 years, it's going to take me to get my money back. If it's 4 years, then that's $100,000. 4 years, I need to get at least $25,000 a year. So you reverse that money. I need to get at least 25,000 a year. That means I need this property needs to get, can y'all see that? $2,083, 84 every month in order for me to get my money back in 4 years. Get what I'm saying now? Y'all got that? Okay. We're gonna go through math, not today, probably later in the week or something like that. But we're gonna go through math. And that's where I want you guys to understand you have to know the math, because your job as a wholesaler is to be able to calculate what it is that your buyer is looking to get. And I didn't understand the importance of that. I'm being honest. I started wholesaling, when was that? 8 years ago. And I didn't understand the math of it until 2019. And I was working with my client, Mike. He's from Atlanta, but he buys properties in Buffalo. And Mike was like, well, at least when I do, I'm going to imitate Mike as much as I can. Well, Lise, what I'm looking to do is I need to make my return on investment in 4 years. And I was like, what? And I didn't understand that. And I, mind you, I had already went through real estate school and did the math and all this other stuff. And I did not understand what he was saying. And I was like, you know what? I need to learn this, because not only is it going to be beneficial for me as an investor, it's also going to be beneficial for me to service my wholesaling clients. And that's why they come to me, because they know. She know her numbers. If I don't know nothing else, I know the numbers. So that's what you guys have to start doing. You guys have to start getting into the numbers and understanding the numbers. And if they say, hey, I paid 150,000 for this building, and then I put another 50,000 into it, so I paid 200,000. How long is it going to take me to get my money back? with the current rents? Is there any value that we can add to this property? You need to know that. Wholesalers, y'all think all y'all supposed to do is find a house, do this contract, and here you go. No. How do you know who to sell it to? That's why a lot of you have properties just sitting because you are not doing the numbers. Okay. Now, so we talked about our homeowners and what they're going to be looking for. They're going to be looking for move-in ready. They're going to be looking for turnkey. They're actually going to pay more for it, right? Right. They're going to pay market rate because they're looking to live in it. They're looking to build their families here. They're taking out 30-year mortgages, even though they might only stay here for 5 years. They're taking out these mortgages, but still they're going to be there for a minute. They're also going to be looking for a word that we need to get familiar with, appreciation. And you need to know the appreciation rate in your area. If you are wholesaling in a certain market, you need to know the appreciation rate. Especially if you're dealing with investors, because they're going to want to know the appreciation rate as well. Now, and we're going to talk, am I going to show you how to calculate that today? No, because that's not what we're talking about. Today, we're talking about the three different types of buyers that you are going to encounter when you are working with investors. Hold on. Somebody just said this link isn't working. So let me see. Let's see if we can get it back in here. Let's see if the link. Sorry, we had technical difficulties over on Facebook. Yeah, we'll see if they can. I hope it works now. So in Facebook, y'all let me know if it doesn't work. Now, so you have to know the math. You have to know how long is it going to take this person to get their money back. You have to know, be able to calculate the estimated collections. I mean, construction costs. You have to be able to know closing costs. What do buyers actually pay for when they're closing? You need to know that type of stuff because you need to know why. Because a lot of y'all run around here saying, "Oh, we're going to pay all the closing costs." Okay. What if there's a judgment on the house? What if there's a mechanic's lien on the house? Where's how much? What if it's like the one client I had? He owed $25,000 in back taxes on one property, and I was wholesaling six. So you can't just out your face say, "Hey, we're gonna pay this and pay that and do this and do that." So you have to figure it out. Uh, cool. Okay. So you have to do all of these different things. Now, when it comes to the landlords, like I said, they're looking for, can I add value to this property? Can I where can how long ago did they have the rents increase? Can I increase the rents? What are the rents going for in this neighborhood? You need to know if it's a good rent neighborhood. It might be horrible based on crime, based on the fact on walkability. You see, y'all not listening. Y'all not doing all that. So y'all need to look at walkability. Y'all need to look at crime rates. You need to look at the school system. Hello, the school ratings. Some of you are wholesaling. You wholesaling, and you're trying to wholesale these move-in ready houses in horrible school districts. I'm sorry, but as parents, I'm not. If I'm looking for a house and I'm a parent, I'm looking at the school district. So you want to know what your homeowners are going to be looking for. Then you want to know what your landlord's going to be looking for. And trust me, they're going to be looking for some of the same things that the homeowners are looking for, only in for different reasons. If I buy a property and I'm going to rent it out in a good school district, it means I can charge more rent for it. If I include amenities, I can charge more rent for it. If it's a walkable neighborhood, I can charge more rent for it. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Okay. Now, Our third type, and it's going to be our third and final type. Y'all know it, our favorite, the flippers. Okay. Now, the flippers be flipping. Yeah, they do. The flippers be flipping. And what they're doing is this: flippers are looking for return on investment, profit margins. They don't care about cash flow. They're not looking for, they're looking for how much they paid for it, how much money did they spend working on it and renovating it, flipping it. Then they want to know how much is going to cost them, how much did it cost them to close when they purchased, how much is it going to cost them to close when they sell. Because you know they pay two sets of closing costs. And you guys need to figure that out. You know what I mean? So when they do, if my flipper client, I have one client, and just like with Mike too, Mike used to say the same. Mike was buying and holding, but Mindy, he's, yeah, my clients don't mind if I tell you their names. Mindy would say, "Hey, I'm looking to flip houses, but when I'm flipping, I want to make at least 25% return on my investment." Now, how do I figure that out? Easy. How much did I sell it to him for? So that's the purchase price. Then I have to go from how much did I sell it to him? How much work did he put into it? How much is it going to cost him to close? Both times. Yeah, get what I'm saying? So both on both sides of closing, you need to know how often, what is it going to cost him to close? So let's just say he bought a house from me for 75,000. He put 50 into it. He had 125. Well, once he flips it and it's valued at, that's how you get to figure out where you're going to put it. Houses in the neighborhoods are going for 275. Let's say just 200, just to play it with round safe numbers. So he's at one. He bought it from me for 75. Can I mentor you? DM me and we can definitely talk about it. So you put it in. You send. He bought it for you from 75,000. He put 50,000 into it. He's at 125,000, and he wants to make a 25% return on investment. Get your calculators out. 125 times 0.25. He wants to make a profit of at least $31,000. Y'all get that? 31,250 to be exact. $31,250. That's what they're looking to get as profit. Can they get more than that? Absolutely, but that's their minimum. That's their, like when you wholesale, you have a minimum assignment fee that you want to make, a minimum profit that you want to make on a property that you sell. Well, they have a minimum profit that they want to make on the houses that they're selling and flipping. So we know all in 31,250. That don't include the closing costs. Closing costs usually run about 12%. And that's because they're paying for a lot of things on the closing cost side. Okay. So you want to make sure that yours is 31,000. So that means at minimum that $125,000, that house has to sell for at least 156,000. I just told you, house in the neighborhood might be going for one might be going for 200. So put it at 199.9 because that's what y'all do. That's what real estate agents do to mentally mess with y'all. And y'all go over the price anyway. So if they at 199.9, yeah, see 199.9, subtract the 125, yeah, 74, right? No, that's not right. 199.9 minus 125. What is this? 74.9, right? That's the all in. Well, this is his profit, 74. He wanted to make 31,250. He's over by 43,000. Now, the more you sell that house for real estate agents, the more profit he's going to make. So, did we accomplish what we set out to accomplish? Yes, but you need to know how to follow those numbers and do what those numbers are telling you to do. Y'all got it? So now, those of you who are planning to wholesale real estate or are currently wholesaling real estate, drop in the comments and let me know exactly which type of buyer do you work with the most? What type of buyer do you work with the most? I work with flippers and homeowners the most. What y'all got? So I do flippers and homeowners the most. That's who I normally work with. And I work with, I'm sorry, flippers and landlords. I work with flippers and landlords the most. And I work with more flippers than anybody else. Flippers and then landlords would be second. I think I've sold maybe 3 houses to homeowners because homeowners are like, I don't know if I want that. You can't convince them to do work that they don't want to do. So, pumpkins, that's what we doing. Now, when we work with flippers, they're looking for profit, profit, which equals return on their investment. When you're working with landlords, they're looking for equity, appreciation, cash flow, value add, because they want to know if they can improve this property. What type of work can they do real quick to improve this property to increase that rent? So if you notice, and people always laugh at me because I used to do this. I'm not gonna lie. I used to do this and I stopped doing it recently. I stopped doing it recently. I used to get rid of all the tenants. And that's the wrong thing to do. And I'm gonna tell you why. I always tell you, I'm gonna tell y'all when I make mistakes. I'm gonna tell y'all when I do things backwards and incorrectly. And for years and years and years, I felt in my heart, and I still feel this way. I know how to tweak my processes so that I'm not crazy. But I used to get rid of all the tenants. Like if I bought a 4 unit, I got rid of all 4 tenants, got a 90-day notice. Y'all got to go. Yep. Now, don't get me wrong, I still give out a 90-day notice, just don't enforce it. And y'all probably like, what? Yeah. I still give out a 90-day notice that everybody has to move. And then I see how the tenants act, or I see how they act based on me just coming in as a new landlord. I'll send out a letter. Hey, I'm your new landlord. This is how you can contact me. This is where my rent go. This is how you can pay your rent. This is where you need to go to pay your rent. Blah 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 blah. And I put all of that in there. Here's the information I need from you, and I'll even provide envelopes for money orders. I do not accept personal checks. Y'all better stop doing that. Not in 2020, any 2000 nothing. 2024, y'all still accepting checks. I don't accept checks and I don't accept cash. Mm-mm. No cash comes into my office. Y'all like, what? She don't take cash. Nope. Better wire it to me from your account. You better auto deduct it. You better set it up so I can auto deduct it out of your account. Whatever we gotta do, or you can go online right to the link, right to your tenant portal, and process your payment. Sure can. We don't accept cash. We don't accept checks. We do take money orders. Yep. So you got to be on that, vigilant on that. Now, the reason why I stopped doing it is because I'm losing money. That's the only reason I stopped doing that. I'm losing money. And when we start talking about building portfolios and going into which is January is going to be where we're going to start building our portfolios. And we're going to be building long-term, short-term, and mid-term portfolios starting in January. Okay. Like I told y'all gonna be doing what I'm doing. Why not cash? Because I gotta go to the bank. Then I gotta go, and then you don't want to put. Then we were in a neighborhood. The office wasn't in the best neighborhood. Put it like that. The office wasn't in the best neighborhood, and we didn't want to take cash. Now that we're moving the office, we might start taking cash again. But the only way we'll take cash, you can't drop cash in the Dropbox. I'm not going for that. And that's what people always used to say, oh, we dropped the cash in the Dropbox. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. And you don't want that. You don't want the hassle of somebody saying they paid you and they didn't. And you don't, because when they pay you in cash, they don't have no proof. And that's to protect the tenant and the landlord at that point, or the property manager at that point. Because I had tenants saying they paid and they're telling their the homeowners, no, I paid my rent. No, they didn't, because it's not showing up. Yep. And then you don't want to, if they pay online, everything works. The whole system works. If they give you cash, the system breaks down every time. That's why I don't like it. Nope, no cash. And not only that, but you don't want all that cash in your hands, and you have to. It's not safe to be walking around with that much cash on. That's all. That's the only reason. Um, Plentiful by B Hikes. I like that. Plentiful. So another thing you want to, like I said, first quarter of 2025, we're gonna start building portfolios. We're gonna start doing short term, mid term, and long term. And we're gonna go into, and y'all gonna be looking at me like I'm crazy when I'm telling y'all how we're taking money from this property and buying this one. And it's gonna be, you're just gonna be moving money around and you're gonna be building up portfolios. So get ready, get for it. Now, for those of you who are interested in the Get Wired Wholesale Boot Camp, it starts on Sunday. We got, today is Monday. We have 6 days. It starts on Sunday, October 13th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we meet twice a week for 4 weeks. And we're going to be going over all the steps, all the stuff that I've been talking about. You're going to see it in action. You're going to be putting it in action. We're going to start there. So if you're interested, of course, you can send me a DM and I'll send you the link. And we can get you enrolled, get you registered for it, because it's starting. We are going to be going over, I'm going to show you my exact process. Like, I'm going to take you into my systems, show you the things that come up, the emails I get from the charts and the, not a chart, the spreadsheets and stuff that I use for my tracking. You're going to see my trackers. You're going to see my back end. You're going to see how we follow up and everything else, how everything is on it. I'm going to teach you my entire system for the 4 weeks that we meet. So get ready, get going, and let's go. It's time to go, go, go. So I'm going to get ready to get off here. We've been on here for now for about 43 minutes. I went over our 3 types of buyers that work with our wholesalers typically. And that's on the residential side. On the commercial side is different. So we're going to be talking about that too. Now, if you have missed any of these, I suggest you go back and look through the videos. If you're in our Facebook groups, the videos are still there. I'm going to try and see if I can put them together so you can just watch them in order. And then if you're on Instagram, they're there. Instagram is crazy sometimes with the way they put stuff, but it should be in order. You just got to go back. And there's a cover on it that says what it is. Okay? All right. Now, the one thing that we do need, no matter what, is I need you guys to do this. No matter what you choose to do in this life, be sure to be kind to someone, because at some point in your life, somebody's been kind to you. And it's it's good to pay kindness forward. Not only does it make you a good person, but if we all did, it make the world a much better place. And Lord knows we could use a little kindness in this world right now. If you if you learn something new, let me know. Comment below in this video. If you learned something new after you rewatch this, whether you're watching it now or you watch it later, if you've learned something new in this video, let me know, because I like to make sure I give you guys something new that you didn't know. And if this is your first time, don't let it be your last. And if you've been here before, thank you for coming back. I appreciate you. Love and like you a lot. I will see you guys Wednesday, I believe it is. Wednesday, and we're still gonna be working on buyers because that's the see my process is, and people ask me why you start with buyers. I build a buyers list first. I send an email out, I send a form out, and I ask these people, what do you want? What are you looking for? And they tell me what they're looking for. Now I know what to go look for. Because what's the point of me just putting any old house under contract if I don't have a buyer for it? That doesn't make sense. Even when I list properties for my brokerage, I'm pretty much probably gonna sell that house before I even get off, before I even put it on the market. But we gotta put it on the market, right? Right. Gotta hang now. All right. Now I'm gonna get ready to get up out of here. I still have to go clean my kitchen and clean my bedroom. Actually, clean my room on Monday nights, and I have to call my sister. But we will be back, if not tomorrow. It depends. I got to look at my schedule for tomorrow. If not tomorrow, we'll definitely be back on Wednesday, and we're going to keep talking about buyers. We're going to talk about on how to qualify your buyers, what you need to know about your buyers in order to make sure it's an actual buyer and not somebody who's just trying to jerk you around. We'll be talking about that. We're going to be talking about where you can find buyers because a lot of you don't even know where to look for your buyers. And it's so simple. You guys overthink this entire process all the time, and we're going to stop doing that now. Okay. So I will see you guys. If not tomorrow, I'll see you on Wednesday. And it'll probably be, I know if I do tomorrow, it's going to be at night. It's probably going to be around 8 o'clock tomorrow night if I do tomorrow. And if I do Wednesday, it might be a little bit earlier because I got some other things I got to do Wednesday night. So we'll talk to you then. Hasta luego. Hasta la bye bye. Bye.